it was boring night, and then the finish was crazy. I have to tell you a story. So after a short trip to Sacramento to play at Stones, I came back to Thunder Valley for a couple more nights because weekend game is good. It's really good. And this one was good. I have to tell you a story. I mean, I didn't expect it, but you know, cards. Most of the day it was raining, and I was in casino about 6:30, got a seat. I called earlier, so I was on a list and got a seat about 7. So this is 5 hours, midnight was enough. The game was so slow from the beginning, absolutely 2 out of 3 hands were chopped. No action. I started with 300 and I was most of the night on about 250 and sitting and folding and, you know, pick up here or there. Nothing interesting. And then about 11 o'clock came a guy, sat in a seat one. And that's the story of the night. Oh, it's so funny. Come on, laugh with me. Yeah, vitamins. Vitamin C and D, actually D3. I usually don't do that. I don't care. But with this corona bullshit, I read to build your immunity, the most important is vitamin D, D3. And you need, normal is 1,000. In these corona days, 2,000 a day, so it's 2 tiny pills. The best is if it's liquid, that dissolves better. Vitamin C, like for flu season and winter stuff. I'm not a health nut at all, I really don't care, but all this pressure. Corona is worse than election period. It's worst because election is over, kind of, and Corona still going on, and it's going to be on for next year or 2 or 3, together with global warming. Okay, just a second. And we're on live in high definition and stereo. This is the video I didn't plan to make, but it happened last night, so it's bonus for you guys. Also bonus, couple bucks in my pocket, more than I had yesterday. So what happened? It was an awful rainy day, cold, and I went to casino in the evening. The game, nothing, flat line. I was in for 300, sitting on 250 most of the night. Cannot even be $10 up. One of those days. And in the middle of this game, you know, I'm just actually sleeping there. I hear something like behind me. It sounded like Mr. Vegas. I turn. There's a guy like running away. And he goes, you know, I'm with the mask. And he goes like, oh, sorry, you look like someone I watch on YouTube all the time. I say, yeah, that's me. He comes, shakes hands, you know, younger guy. Later, he contacted me in a messenger. He said he was steaming, couldn't stop for a moment. He just lost a big pot at the 2-5 game. He had full house. But when you have full house, there's a pair on the board. Means somebody may have quads, and that's what it was. So thanks for stopping, buddy, and good luck in your next game. And then it was about 11 o'clock. The guy comes and sits in seat 1. Well, something's wrong with that seat, because when we started, it was actually a new table. In seat 1 was some kind of loose guy, careless with his money, and he was talking about 2-5 game. He's on a list. He played like 15-20 minutes and he left. And then came this guy. So interesting part is he sits down, and when I look at him, he has like $50 in front of him. 3 hands later, he has 200 in front of him. In 3 hands, from 50. After 5 or 6 hands combined, He has 500 in front of him. He started with 50. So I make a picture and text that to my poker group. And I say, look at this guy. In 6 hands, he built a stack from like 40, 50, I don't remember what he had, to 500. And I actually was the first one to double him up. So I'm typing that, and then the magic happens. So how did I double him up? Well, he sits down under the gun. He has $50. Now think about it. He has $50, and he straddles for $7. Somebody who has $50 only has no need to straddle. He doesn't have to build a pot. He just have to put in his 50 and whoever is calling. Straddle or not. So straddle is to build a pot and action. And he has only $50. It doesn't make sense. But I assume if you don't know to play poker, you're not able even to think about this, what I'm talking about. I was on a button and I'm looking, start feeling the type of the player. I know immediately who he is when he straddles for 7 and he has only $50 only. At one moment came to my mind, maybe he's getting chips, his chips are on the way. He just like pulled $50 from the pocket or something. So I asked the dealer, is he playing more? Dealer said no. So it's only $50. And I have 6-4. And I said, I'm going to play this hand because I feel the bullshit that's coming. I know what's coming. I saw them. You have no idea how many of those. I know what's coming. So I call, I want to play the hand. He makes it $20 to go. Oh, so he has $50 only. He straddles for 7 in his first hand at the table. And he got good cards. No. So I call 20 with my 6-4. The flop is Jack 6-3. I know he has nothing of that board, but he bets 20. And he's left with a few dollars. I'm looking at him. It's not about the bet. I'm just reading through him. I mean, I can see his soul. Trust me. I know the guy even I see him first time in my life. I know him. So I push a big stack, putting him all in. He calls happy. Turn is 8. River is deuce. He's waiting to show his hand, just sitting. So I toss my 6-4. He shows 9 of diamonds, deuce of spades. I smile. And he's looking at me or something. He even doesn't know what's in my head. Because I know that now stack that he has $100 is coming this way, guaranteed. So I'm sitting there, hating him and planning the revenge. I had next hand really bad. I folded. Suddenly I see he's all in. Somebody calls. He doubled up. He has 200. And like I said, 3-4 hands later, he has 500. And each of those hands, he was pre-flop, 20, 25, whatever. Well, I'm typing to my buddies. I said, look at this guy. He came with $40, $50 and he has now 500 in 5-6 hands only. I look at my hand. I pocket jacks. I limp for $3 knowing he's raising over there. And natürlich, as we say in Germany, it's $27 now. Okay, call. Flop is Jack 4. I check. He bets 40. Call. Turn. Who cares? I'm hoping for some flush or something to come so he can be committed, What can he have there? He bets 75. I call. And the river is 4. How's that possible? Well, if he doesn't have Jack, I'm beaten. He must have 4 on the flop, Jack 4-4, or what else he's playing. Pocket 6s? I don't care. I push my stack. I had like 100, maybe 60 left. He calls. I show jacks. He makes a face and mucks. Okay. I make a couple pictures and I'm texting to my poker group, to my buddies. I said, look at that. I got him. But listen, that's not his money. He's in for $50. It's not his chips. So it's these other donkeys that paid him off. I even didn't finish this texting. I look at my hand, pocket queens. All right, let's do it again. So again, we got 25 pre-flop. I just smooth call and we see the flop 6-4-3. He's betting. I'm just calling and texting all the way. I even don't look at him or the flop. I'm just texting. Finishing the jack hand, reporting to my buddies. Turn comes queen. Oh, now we're cooking. 6-4-3, possible flush draw, and even some kind of straight with 5 deuce, 5-7, because people like him usually, and the first hand, 9 deuce, he can have 5 deuce. Suddenly he bets big on a turn, and I call. He still has behind 300 or so on the river king. I said, let's hope he has at least a king. I'm first to act. I didn't want to push all my chips all in. That's too obvious. I bet 205. And he calls very fast. I show queens. He doesn't show, we don't know. A mystery hand. Again, probably something 9 high. Well, I have the chips, and I left him with maybe $70. He switches the seat. He moves to seat 2. Unlucky seat for him, seat 1. A new crazy guy comes to seat 1 and immediately start playing even worse than this guy. Just betting 100. And he gets in a hand with this guy and doubles him up. So now he has chips again. Close to midnight. I said, it's all right. Let them have fun. And I left. So 2 fun hands, but it's just the experience of this guy. I'm telling you, I see the people like that all the time. Plus, he's talking non-stop about he's on a 2-5 list. What's up with the 5-10 list? Oh, and then there was a moment when he busted out, actually donated his chips, and then he buys in just before I left. And then he buys in only 100. Well, if you're a 2-5 or 5-10 player, first, most of them they disrespect these lower levels and they play pretty loose. But at least I see them sitting and buying for 500, not for 50 and 100. So this guy is actually just full of hot air, and he showed me the way he plays that he has no clue about poker, how it's played or structured. All he does is pushing chips with 9 deuce. Anyways, I made of him, but again, it's money that he took from other people because he was in for 50. It was fun and entertaining. At least I went to bed with a smile on my face. And now, before I say goodbye, top 5. I want to do something serious. Years ago, I talked with my son. I'm trying to teach him something, and it's based on my life experience. I grew up in a country ran by Communist Party, and in 1986 I came to America. My life over there was not bad. I was a bum, playing poker, drinking, drunk every night, doing whatever I want, didn't care about communists. They didn't bother me. I came to US. I was just bored in that moment of my life, and I went to embassy, asked for a tourist visa, fooled them, so they gave it to me. I came to US and stayed since then. Now I'm a legal citizen and everything, in order. My life under those communists' rules, it was not bad. We were all poor. We didn't have much, so it was okay. But all the time I felt that something is wrong and I couldn't define that. When you live in that system and you're fed only one thing, and especially about how bad is the West, America and England and everybody else, so you don't know what else is there, so you cannot even make your mind. I still couldn't decide what is, but I just knew something is bothering me in that system. So I came to United States, and it took me 4 or 5 years, maybe watching some TV shows. In those days, no internet. Maybe listening some talk radio. And then one day I realized, what is it that's bothering me? And that's the difference between United States and those bullshit countries like Soviet Union, all Eastern Bloc, Cuba, Venezuela, or whatever. We don't have over there individual freedoms that people in this country have. And that is what opened my mind. Suddenly, I could see everything clear. Without freedom, you are nobody. So my top 5 today list is the 5 most important things in my life. And like I said, number 1 is freedom. And that's what I did with my son. He was like maybe 11, 12 years old. So I asking him, what's the most important for one human being in their life? And whatever he heard from his grandma, oh, health is most important. I said, no. Then this or that, no. Well, in my view, maybe he's right, and grandma, but in my view, freedom is number 1. What is your health good for? Let me give you an example. Spartacus, the biggest, the strongest guy in the Colosseum in Rome, gladiator, killing everybody for years. So he must be strong, healthy, skillful. But when the fight is over, and when the bosses are done betting and making money of his risking his life, he goes back down in a dungeon in chains, till finally one day he escaped and start fighting for his freedom. So freedom is number 1. The rest, second, third, fourth, fifth place, completely unimportant if you don't have freedom. Number 2 on this the most important things in my life is family. It's your parents, grandparents, your wife, your kids, your brother, sister, family. Without family, being alone, you're nothing. I spent a lot of my life alone and didn't bother me. But now I'm thinking about it and it's not right. Number 3, for me, it's honesty. People can lie to me only once. There's no second chance with me. If you're not honest, if you don't keep your word, if you lie to me, I just lock something somewhere and you don't exist. And I don't even tell you anything. You're just gone. Then on number 4, if you're talking about health, but out of all health stuff, what's important for me, the most important is my eyesight. I'm afraid to lose my eyes, go blind, not be able to see people, smiling faces, green trees, sun in the morning, read a new book. That would be awful in the dark, and I don't know how people make it. And number 5, friends. You need friends. You need real friends. And you need to earn that friendship. Don't assume just because even they had a couple shots together that we are friends. Real friend. There's a definition. What is it? And who can be my real friend? I have many people that I know. You're all fine guys. But to call you a friend, you have to earn it with me. Okay, I promise I'm not going to be in the future this serious, but I had to let this go of my chest. I want to let you know. Because these my top 5 lists are made for you to learn something about me. And this is the most important. I didn't prepare this speech, so maybe it's awkward somewhere, but you got the idea. So for now, so long, and see you in the felt.